Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be reading chapters 7 and 8 of Tonight on the Titanic, our buddy book for this week. Chapter 7, The Gift. The lifeboat was waiting to go down. It looked tiny as it swung on cables at the side of the big ship. The water below looked black. Get in, a uniformed man shouted. No, no, said William. He hid his face against Lucy's coat. Lucy was shaking her head. I'd rather stay here, she said to Jack and Annie. Jack understood. The brightly lit Titanic seemed so solid and safe compared to the little lifeboat. You can't stay here, said Annie. The Titanic is going to sink soon. Very soon, said Jack. Lucy kept shaking her head. Jack saw tears in her eyes. Lucy, we're telling the truth, said Jack. You and William are in great danger. You have to be brave now, said Annie, for your brother's sake. Lucy straightened up and tried to smile. All right, I will. This way, a man called. Women and children. This way, you four. He pointed at them. Get in, said Jack. He gently pushed Lucy and William forward. Goodbye, Lucy, said Annie. Goodbye, William. Lucy looked surprised. You're not coming? She asked. No, we're going home another way, said Annie. Oh, dear, said Lucy. I hope you'll be safe. We will. Don't worry, said Jack. Wait, said Lucy. She reached into her coat pocket and pulled out a silver watch on a chain. This is a gift for both of you, she said. It's our father's watch. We carried it on the voyage for good luck. I have a feeling that the two of you were our good luck tonight. Jack looked at the watch as Lucy put it around Annie's neck. The time on the watch was 1:50. There were only 30 minutes left. Hurry, hurry, he said. Jack and Annie watched as a big man picked Lucy up and swung her into the little boat. Then he picked William up and put him in Lucy's lap. Bye, cried Annie. She stepped forward to blow a kiss. Just then, the man picked Annie up. No, shouted Annie. Into the lifeboat, my dear, the man said, and he tossed Annie into the lifeboat. No, no, cried Jack, and the man reached for him, too. Jack jumped away just in time. Annie, he yelled, get out! Annie tried to climb out of the lifeboat. Let me out, she cried. Arf, arf, Teddy barked from over Jack's shoulder. The lifeboat jerked. It started creaking down toward the dark, cold sea. Come back, Jack called. But there was nothing he could do as Annie disappeared from sight. Chapter 8. Every Man for Himself. Annie, cried Jack. Let me out, he heard Annie shout. But the lifeboat kept going down. Wait for me, came a loud voice. Wait for me. A woman in a fur coat appeared at the railing. She nearly threw herself over the side of the ship. Stop, the uniformed man called. Bring the boat back up for Lady Blackwell. Slowly, the lifeboat was brought back up. Jack pushed his way forward. The lifeboat came even with the ship. Jack reached out to Annie. She grabbed his hands. He pulled her back onto the sinking ship. Room for one more, Annie shouted to Lady Blackwell. Then she and Jack took off before anyone could catch them. They ran up the slanting deck. Annie stopped and peered over the railing. Jack looked too. They saw Lucy and William's little lifeboat creaking down toward the Atlantic Ocean. It reached the glassy black water, then it floated off into the darkness. Annie waved. Bye, William. Bye, Lucy, she shouted. Thank you for your gift. She held up the watch that hung from her neck. Then she and Jack looked at it. The time was 2:05. Only 15 minutes left, said Annie. We have to get back to the treehouse now, said Jack. Let's climb the stairs to the smokestacks. Suddenly, the front of the ship dipped down into the sea. Deck chairs started to slide past Jack and Annie. The band played a slow, calm song. It sounded like a church hymn. But the crowd started to panic. People pushed and shouted, trying to get us to a safer part of the ship. It's every man for himself, the captain shouted to all of his crew. The men all stopped what they were doing and ran up the deck. Jack and Annie ran too. They dodged sliding tables and chairs. They reached the stairs that led to the smokestacks. They grabbed the railing and pulled themselves up the steps. The ship tilted further. Get to those smokestacks, cried Jack. They slipped and crawled down the deck. But when they got to the smokestacks, Jack and Annie looked around wildly. The magic treehouse was gone. And that's where we'll end today. We'll read chapters 9 and 10 tomorrow.